The warehouse loomed in the darkness, all steel and silence, the shadows twisting and curling along its edges as if seeking to escape. The hum of machinery seemed to replace what should have been an empty void, vibrating through the concrete beneath my feet. I took a deep breath, the musty, metallic scent of the place filling my lungs, and glanced at my phone. The monitors showed nothing unusual, but my fingers tapped anxiously against the screen. The cold metal of the desk chilled my palms as I adjusted the cameras, and suddenly, a shadow darted across the monitor. My breath caught, heart thudding, as I whispered to myself, "It's just a trick of the light, right?" That night in the warehouse felt different. The echoes of my footsteps bounced off the empty metal shelves, each clang against the concrete, stretching the silence until it became a living thing. The shadows seemed bolder, reaching out as if to ensnare me. I felt a chill run down my spine, a draft that carried with it the acrid smell of dust and rust. I glanced over my shoulder, convinced I saw movement out of the corner of my eye. My heart drummed louder at the sudden clatter from the darkness ahead. Why does it feel like I'm not alone? I wondered. The building felt alive, watching me. Focus, I told myself. Just get through the night. Sitting at the monitor, I reviewed the previous day's footage. My heart sank as discrepancies leapt from the screen, events that never happened. I frowned, fingers twitching over the mouse. "This can't be right," I murmured, casting a nervous glance over my shoulder as if someone would correct me. My mind raced with possibilities beyond reason, uneasiness settling in my gut. Why doesn't the footage match? I wondered, each conflicting frame whispering 1,000 paranoid questions I wasn't ready to answer. I checked another camera feed and froze. There I was, moving on the screen, yet I hadn't been there. A chill bolted up my spine. My hand flew instinctively to my mouth, stifling a gasp as disbelief washed over me. Leaning closer, eyes wide, I whispered, "How can this be happening?" The low hum of the computer reverberated against the metal shelves, shrouding me in a suffocating silence. Was it a tampered feed or something stranger? Later, in the break room, James laughed, joking about ghosts in the warehouse. I forced a smile, masking my unease. As he smirked, unaware of the weight his words carried, I fiddled with the pendant around my neck, seeking comfort in its familiar shape. The hum of the vending machine nearly drowned out his voice, yet the words echoed through the room. If only he knew how close to the truth he might be, I thought. The warehouse held memories and whispers of things unseen, ghosts of a past that still haunted the present. The power cut was sudden, plunging me into darkness. My heart raced as I strained to hear footsteps approaching. Fingers trembling, I fumbled for my phone, the smooth glass screen the only hope for light. Cold sweat beaded down my temple as I waited, a shallow gasp barely breaking the silence. "Stay calm," I urged myself. "It's just a power cut." The shadows danced as I sat alone, flashlight trembling in my grip. The oppressive silence pressed in, alive with the faint creaking above. I glanced at the window where the moon's mocking crescent hung in the sky. "Just a few more minutes," I whispered, but the darkness seeped into my thoughts, twisting reality. Why does it feel like the shadows are alive? Stumbling upon hidden video files, my resolve wavered. I clicked play, chilled by the clandestine activities they revealed. As shadowy figures moved on screen, a chill crawled up my spine. "I've got to get to the bottom of this," I thought, peeling back layers of deceit with each frame. This isn't just a malfunction. A crash echoed, making me jump. Heart hammering, I clutched the table, eyes scanning for anything amiss. Grabbing a flashlight, I hesitated at the doorway, peering into the darkness. "Get it together, Chloe," I whispered. Yet the feeling of unease persisted, telling me that something wasn't right. Observing the cameras flickering, I felt a familiar rush of dread. My fingers tapped nervously on the desk, eyes narrowing as distorted images flashed. The metallic tang of burnt copper filled the air. Why won't they show anything normal? I wondered. It felt like the cameras were telling a secret buried beneath static and shadows. Paranoia tightened its grip. Every creak and groan added to my mounting fear. Eyes darting to the window, I caught a glimpse of a shadow shifting outside. Clutching my phone, I hesitated to text someone. "Stop jumping at shadows, Chloe," I thought, but what if it's more than shadows? Going through more footage, patterns emerged, each discovery chilling me. My fingers trembled slightly as I rewound, noting each discrepancy. A chill pricked my skin as I jotted down a pattern visible only upon close inspection. I'm onto something, I thought, but what if I'm seen as a threat? Voicing my concerns in a meeting fell on deaf ears. The CEO's disengagement stung, as did the sales director's dismissive wave. "Stick to your role," they said, but their blindness steeled my resolve. "They'll see," I muttered, determined to investigate. Digging through archived footage, I found images of myself from impossible angles. Trembling, I flipped through the files. Panic rose. "This doesn't make sense," I whispered. "Who's been watching me?" It felt as though the walls had eyes, exposing every corner of my life. Meticulously, I placed new cameras, checking angles with anticipation and fear. Glancing over my shoulder, the corridor remained still. Settling into my chair, I took a deep breath, eyes on the screens, waiting. "I'll catch whatever it is now," I thought. "It can't hide forever." Alex shared his suspicions, eyes darting nervously. His whispers connected dots I'd missed. My expression tightened as disbelief and comprehension flickered in my eyes. This is bigger than I thought, I realized. Can I trust anyone anymore? Hacking my boss's system, unease flickered as I uncovered encryption. My fingers trembled as I glided over the keyboard. "What are you hiding from me?" I whispered, the extent of the encryption a chilling revelation. What secrets lay beneath this digital labyrinth? A growing presence seemed to envelop me, shivers rippling across my skin. The shadows drew closer, mocking reality's edges. Each step echoed in the silence. "It's watching me," I thought. "What does it want?" The cold grip of fear tightened, leaving me unsure of where to turn. Everything malfunctioned. My devices blinked erratically, synchronicity lost. "Not now. Not when I need them the most," I whispered, watching my laptop flash a distorted image before shutting down. "It's infiltrated everything I use," I realized. "It wants me isolated." The lines between reality and illusion blurred as hallucinatory images manifested. Flickering shadows danced at the edge of my vision. "Focus, Chloe," I whispered, struggling to discern truth from fabrication. What if these visions are real? Every second stretched into uncertainty. Alex's help revealed shocking truths as we decrypted files. A chill racked me as the pieces fell into place. "This confirms everything," I thought. "We can't delay." Every shadow seemed to hold a threat. We had to act before it was too late. Under eerie streetlights, fear prickled my skin as shadows flitted in my periphery. My heart quickened. "I can feel them watching," I thought. "Stay calm." Each step forward felt like an eternity, yet I couldn't shake the sensation of eyes boring into my back. Researching the warehouse's history unveiled repetitive patterns. As I leafed through brittle pages, a chill trickled down my spine. What did they try to bury here? I wondered. The walls seemed to murmur secrets, insistent on being told. This place has a bleak history, I thought, and it's not over yet. Testing my theory, I watched hidden footage, cameras shorting as the entity manifested. It's more afraid of being seen than I am of seeing it, I realized. I can use that, but how could something without form be so sentient? I steeled myself. The footage revealed a betrayal, the face of an ally working against me. Stunned, fingers clenched the table, grounding me against disbelief. Is this really happening? I whispered, replaying the image for context. How could I have been so blind? I thought, what else awaited to unravel? Mapping suspicious activity, I traced lines with determined precision. Connecting dots, realization flickered. This is my path forward, I thought. Follow it, find the truth. Every line became a lifeline amid chaos. My only chance to make sense and bring justice. Plan outlined, I gestured with invisible lines, tracing our path to victory. Solidarity flickered in Alex's eyes. We have one shot at this, I thought. Make it count. Doubt whispered insidious what-ifs, but I clung to belief. This plan was our last chance to expose truth. Stealthily placing cameras, I checked the live feed setup. Listening for sounds of alert, sweat beaded at my temples. Just one mistake, I thought, initiating the broadcast. The world will see. But what if the feed was intercepted? Victory felt isolating. The entity's interference peaked, distorting reality. I stood firm, watching for failure. Stay present, stay strong, I whispered. Every nightmare made manifest was a test of resolve. Let them see it all, I thought. If I break, the madness wins. My boss entered, yelling, attempting to stop the broadcast. Moving protectively over the setup, I stood resolute. We both know it's too late, I said, voice steady despite trembling fingers. You won't stop me this time, I thought. I'm taking this down. We struggled, and I broke free, sliding across the floor. Stay away, I gasped, defiant. Each desperate lunge was a step toward freedom. Don't give in, I thought. Only victory is an option. Activating backup links, I swiped damp hair from my forehead, fingers trembling. Come on, I urged, waiting for the signal. Live feed reignited. Done it, I thought. There's no going back now. Triumph mingled with dread. What would this cost me? Lights flickered, floors trembled. I braced against instability, splintered table biting into my palm. Not again, I thought. The world shakes, but the hold falters. Could I withstand more chaos? Or would the surge finally sweep me away? Rushing from the warehouse, breathless and triumphant, I glanced back at its looming shadow. Against all odds, I did it, I thought. But what did it cost me? Each step forward was a step towards a truth few dared face. Holding undeniable evidence, my resolve restored. Finally, they can't deny what I've seen, I thought, feeling once oppressive weight lift. My past haunts me less now, I thought. With this proof, I reclaim control. Shadows of doubt retreated, leaving space for a courageous future. Notification ping broke tranquility. Fingers trembled as I opened the message. Fresh dread settled. It was a live feed showing me at home. Panic blossomed. Not over, I thought. It's still watching. Why wouldn't it stop? My home felt like a prison. Where was safety now?